Hey guys, I'm really excited this afternoon to have two outstanding gentlemen with me, Bill Kostecki and Tim Tedesco. Tim and Bill are both co-founders of the New Jersey chapter of Hockey Players in Business. How are we, guys?
Good. How about yourself?
Good, good, good. Long weekend, but
Doing well.
it was a very productive weekend. Nice. And I actually ran into Bill down there in New York City, Tim. When we
I
came.
heard.
Yeah, we went
Yeah,
over to
Tim.
O'Hara's. I'm sorry. We went over to O'Hara's and had something to eat and stuff. And all of a sudden, Bill's like, Mark? I'm like, who the heck knows me here? But yeah, so it was great. It was really great.
That's funny. Small world.
Yeah, it was a great time, and you guys put on a great event for the Seals, and yeah, inspiring to say the least. One of these years, I'd love to get out there and do it.
Yeah, well, there's next year coming up, so we're already planning for next year. So, guys, we're here to talk about the chapter of your chapter, rather, of Hockey Players in Business. And for those that don't know, why don't you maybe just kind of bring us up to speed to what exactly your mission is, how you guys got together, and whatever else you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks again for having us on here, Mark. We appreciate it.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure.
So essentially, just to give you a little bit of background, Hockey Players in Business, we're an international networking association. We're structured as a not-for-profit organization, and essentially, it's majority states of the United States, couple places in Canada, but essentially each either territory up there or state has its own chapter of members that either played hockey or currently playing. Maybe they never really played, but just a huge fan and are in some sort of a business role, whether it be through the sport of hockey or something completely separate. So essentially the organization itself was started just to really capitalize on giving back to the game, but also networking with other hockey people, which I think we can all agree is always a good time.
Oh yeah.
So obviously. We're still fairly new. The chapter itself the organization itself was founded in 2017, and we didn't come around till the very end of 2019. Really, January of 2020 is when the New Jersey chapter kind of took place, and essentially it was I heard about this through a buddy, and I thought to myself like, well, why is there not a New Jersey chapter? There was a New York chapter, there was a Pennsylvania chapter, but New Jersey's quite the hockey hub nowadays. So why did no one start this? And did some research, set up a couple calls with the founders, and it was a no-brainer to get this going. And essentially the kind of, as I said before, the mission is really to help hockey people, right? Whether they're business networking to find a job or just to gain clients and relationships, maybe to personally, develop their career or whatnot, and obviously most important, giving back to the game of hockey and giving back to charities, such as the Warriors, and so on and so forth. So, Bill, I don't know if you wanted to add anything, just quickly about that.
Yeah, I think that it's been a great and rewarding experience thus far in creating the chapter. Obviously, creating a networking chapter in the middle of a pandemic has been a bit of a struggle, but we've done a lot of really good things thus far. And yeah, I think the big thing is, as I've mentioned this to a couple people in the past, but I don't think any of us really give back as much as we would really like to out there in the real world. And Tim and I, we have a financial planning practice, and we always said, listen, we would love to, do something that's kind of, in addition to our professional career, something to kind of give back to the community and to something or some cause that has some special meaning to us. And that's been the biggest rewarding thing, is in getting together, meeting a lot of people and raising money for some good charities like the New Jersey Warriors or Hockey New Jersey. These are things that are important to us as we kind of go through time here and continue to grow the chapter.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, it's almost like you have two missions. One is to help hockey players, like a LinkedIn almost for hockey players and hockey players in business. And then the other component, just as important, is to be working towards helping out charitable nonprofits like the New Jersey Warriors Disabled Veteran Program. Is that pretty much the scope of things? Am I getting that right?
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head, especially considering that this whole idea came out really out of two reasons. One, the founders are from Ohio, and they heard about this essentially the same thing but for wrestling, so that kind of sparked the idea. And then the LinkedIn Hockey Players in Business became a thing and started to take off. So that's really what the LinkedIn essentially piggybacked us into becoming a more organized networking group. And the charity aspect of it is we playing the game of hockey, growing up in that hockey world. I think you really develop not only a love for the game, but you love seeing other people progress, and you love seeing the sport progress and grow, and really the sky's the limit. And Bill and myself are also coaches at one of the local high schools here in New Jersey over at Watchung Hills. So from a coaching aspect of it, we love doing that. This is just another way for us to get back and get into the community and really, it's just, as I said, grow the game and help those who need it all through the game of hockey.
Yeah, similarly to you, I found out about the Dallas Warriors program through a player, Brad Lukowich, who's finished his career down in Dallas. And then when we got done talking, I called him up and said, "What's this about?" And he explained it to me. I got really excited, and I called Kevin Fox, who I've known since he was a young man. He played goal for me in Montclair, and he's with the Devils. He's their point man, kind of for the USA Hockey, to be an ambassador for hockey, so to speak. And it was ironic because just when I called him to say, "Hey, we need to do this," like you said, "Hey, we need to do this here in New Jersey," same thing. And it was just, I don't know if you want to call it serendipity or just good luck and good timing, because Alex DePalma, who's the USA Hockey Atlantic District disabled representative, just had called Kevin and said, "Hey, you need a disabled veteran team in New Jersey." And then we met, and I got to tell you, in like a month, we had this thing up and running. So very similar. So what are your backgrounds? I know Tim and Bill, you said you're coaching, but you also played, I think, correct?
Yeah. I actually grew up playing for Watchung Hills, where we coach now, ironically enough, and then was able to continue my career at Towson University, and then all throughout the years, playing different travel organizations around New Jersey. Funny enough, Bill and I were the same year, both 93s, and didn't know each other until the professional world, but we played up against each other, multiple times throughout the years, oddly enough.
That's cool. Yeah. It's funny because, go ahead. I'm sorry, Bill.
No, I was going to say, and same, the local organizations with the Montclair Blues and the New Jersey Freeze, who I think are now another team.
The Jets, I think they're called now.
The Jets, okay. I know the Aspen changed hands, but had been there, played some high school hockey at Morris Knolls, and then went to play in ACHA with a couple different colleges with East Carolina and Bloomsburg University. So again, a lot of hockey experience. Hockey is life. I'm sure you're a hockey parent, Mark, so it's not a sport you play. It really is like a lifestyle, especially growing up. So. Yeah. And continue to play today. So that's the rewarding part of it. And now coaching and getting into things like Hockey Players in Business has been an exciting, different chapter in a hockey career and life. But one that's kind of come full circle, which is really exciting.
It is. That's amazing. And I think there's so many similar stories to what you guys are doing, what we're doing, and are interfacing. Because like you said, it's hockey's a passion, and I think, and I truly believe it, when you're passionate about hockey, you're a passionate person in general, and that gives us the impetus to want to help other people. And if we can do it through the game of hockey, which we are doing, it's an amazing thing. I've been very fortunate, right place, right time. I ended up in the NHL as a strength coach, and then just got to go to Europe, got to go to Russia with hockey. Coached Montclair State when my son played there. In fact, Kevin Fox was his goaltender. And then I did the ACHA. Well, I think that was ACHA, right, Bill?
Yeah, I believe so, yep.
I did that route with Ramapo College. I had some friends there that were alumni, and they reached out to me. Initially, I didn't have an interest in it, but then, the passion's there. And once you get on the ice with the guys, you said, all right, how can I go home and not help these kids? And so I ended up coaching there for a couple, 3 years. But yeah, so this is, and we met, again, it's just perfect timing because we all got kind of sidetracked, or it's not sidetracked, but shut down because of COVID. And you guys started up right when COVID hit.
Yeah.
And so we had some things to fight through. And it looks like, maybe we're getting through it now, and I hope we're done with it in terms of restrictions of access to rinks and everything like that. Yeah, so we're really excited. And I know that you guys, hockey players in business, have already helped out our program, and we can't thank you enough for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're hoping that we're really just scratching the surface with everything that we're doing. We're going to be starting full up events beginning in September. We're going to have in-person networking group and events. We're going to have a golf outing. There's going to be lots of stuff to come. We're hoping that we just continue to grow the group, raise awareness, have people meet each other in a professional and personal manner. And again, just get together, raise money for really good causes like the New Jersey Warriors. I think we didn't really understand the scope of what Tim and I were doing when we kind of decided to start the chapter, but getting to meet such great individuals and great causes like you guys have, it's become more of a mission now at this point than I think what we had even originally thought getting into it. It's exciting time. So we're just really excited.
What I have found when we speak, because I'm involved with a couple different veterans programs, is that you're the interfacing between the private sector and charitable causes. When it's veterans or whether it's kids, it's easy for people to write a check to help you out.
Right.
And that's a good thing. We just had a phenomenal event. Of course, we were just talking about before we got on. We had the Navy SEAL swim across the Hudson River on Saturday, where we raised money for GI Go Fund down in Newark, which is they're a great veteran outreach. They do an enormous amount of work getting homeless veterans off the street. They also have something that's really unique, and I'd like to introduce you guys to them as well, because what they have is a job resource lab, so to speak, in their office in Newark. So when someone's transitioning, so let's, for instance, say you have an Air Force, he was a helicopter mechanic, and he transitions out. He goes down to their job source lab, and they'll find him a job. They'll source out opportunities for him in his particular skill set. And so they're a great program. But we had the SEALs on ice Thursday night down at the Prudential Center, and they got to skate with some of my team, and Kenny Danicle came out on the ice. So it was really fun, and it was really great just to see, the circle. So the SEALs are swimming to help veterans, and we have veterans on the ice, and they all. And for the SEALs, it was an exciting night because all but one could skate. So and just to give you, and we all know the SEAL mentality. Kenny Bigby Jr. in particular is a good friend of mine. He wouldn't get off the ice until he could stop. And he just kept working and working and working. And of course, because he's a SEAL, they don't stop. And maybe that's a bad term to use, but he didn't quit till he could stop. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
We're going to have to get him out there at our practices, coaching some of these kids.
Well, I'm sorry.
And so we're going to have to get him out there to some of our high school.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mentality going for some of our kids.
They're still talking about it, and we're hockey guys. So when we get on the ice, it's always a joy the second you step on the ice. But for men and women who've never done it before, and to be able to take a few strides and stop is a pretty big accomplishment. But yeah, it was a great night.
I was gonna say the cool thing about that is that we know that these folks they are experts on land, in water, in the air, and now on ice. So they can really do anything at this point.
Wet water and frozen water. Well,
That's
one of the things that we'll get to back to what we were talking about originally, but one of the things that I've learned over my brief experience with SEALs and training a few of them for martial arts is that they, besides being physical specimens, being able to do just about anything, they also have the capacity to learn. And that's one of the biggest things that separates SEALs from regular enlisted people is I shouldn't say separates, but they have a unique ability to learn very rapidly. because there's such a wide range. You know, they have to be able to. They got to jump, they got to swim, they got to dive, they got to all kinds of different things. But yeah, so he wasn't getting off that ice until he could stop.
Yeah, they also are extremely mentally tough, right? So there's nothing that they can't do. So
and he got to wear Kenny Danico's Stanley Cup ring. We got some photo and video with that. It was pretty cool. Yeah. So talk about the awesome. Upcoming golf outing. You guys want to fill us in on that and what we could do, how we could sign up for that?
Yeah, so we're super excited about that. Kind of circling back to the beginning of our conversation, we always had this idea. You know, Bill's been golfing for years, and I've gotten into it over the last couple of years. So we always had this in the back of our minds that we wanted to do some sort of golf outing, and then COVID hit, so it took a back seat. And kind of that perfect storm kind of took place where one of my old college teammates ended up joining Hockey Players in Business. We came out to our last event we had and was telling us that he had this informal golf outing that he started to put together. And, the first year, I think they had 20 guys and it was 40 guys last year. And, he wanted to keep growing it, but he was like, well, if it gets bigger, like I'm not gonna be able to manage that myself. I need some help with that. So it was a golden opportunity for us to say, hey, we would love to help. Would love to, get you guys, the New Jersey Warriors, involved. And, ultimately kind of came together where on October 23rd, it's at 9 a.m. It's going to be a scramble shotgun start. And essentially you can sign up as an individual person, just looking to play, and we'll slot you somewhere, or you can sign up as a foursome with a group of people to play with. And we're looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We just had the flyer come out this week, so we're going to start, blasting it out on social media and email. And essentially how we're going to do it is all of our proceeds we're going to donate back to you guys at the Warriors. So we're looking forward to it.
Tremendous. We appreciate it incredibly. Just don't make fun of my swing because it's pretty rough. All right. I got shoulder issues. And it's foot wedge. Can we use the foot wedge at this tournament? Is that in play?
I was gonna say, Mark, you can bring a hockey stick and a couple pucks, and we'll just set you up in the fairways and just try and shoot them on the green.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. I'll do much better with that than I will swing a golf club. But like you, I play a little bit, and I'm addicted to it. I'm horrible. I get it. I do anyhow, like most people. I mean, the one thing about golf is when people say they're good, they're either really good or they're like the rest of us.
Yes.
And I'll go out and maybe get a bogey, a par, and a bogey, and I go, I got this, and then it disintegrates from there. But that's amazing. And do you have any social media or website up and running, or is that coming out in a little bit on all this, guys?
Yeah, so we have our just the hockeyplayersinbusiness.org is our just the mainframe website for all the chapters. Obviously you have the events on there, the news. Part of the perk of being a member is there's a directory where you can actually go in and look up our chapter, other chapters, and obviously network with one another. And then on the events page, you'll see all the other chapters events, but also including our golf outing. And then on LinkedIn, as I mentioned, we have the Hockey Players in Business LinkedIn page. We're going to be starting a New Jersey LinkedIn page very shortly. And then we have our social media and our Instagram and Facebook pages as well. Just HPIB New Jersey.
I'm sorry, Bill, go ahead.
I was gonna say you can follow us. It's at HPIBNJ. So it's HPIB stands for Hockey Players in Business, and then NJ. That's our Instagram page. So have to check it out.
So we'll link in through our social media as well, so we can really promote this. And I have a way of motivating people to do the right thing.
Very good.
We'll get some people for you. What else do you have coming up other than the golf tournament that you want to maybe promote or talk about?
So we don't have an official date yet, but we are going to look to do something the week of September 27th. So probably the 28th or 29th. We're going to do a little networking at, I think we're aiming to do one of the bars in the Hoboken area. That's really the only that's one of the areas we haven't tapped yet. The only places we've done events is Morristown and then down the beach by Brielle. So we want to venture out there. Again, probably just have it's just preseason then, so maybe like a preseason watch party, just a casual networking event. And then, so that's September, October. For either November or December, we have plans to use one of our ice lots to organize a game with you guys through Watchung Hills.
Yeah. That's awesome.
As well. Yeah, so that'll be fun. We'll have to start working on that soon as well. And then one of our clients actually, he's a big hockey guy. Actually used to help me coach, and he's really involved with a couple different fire departments. Mm-hmm. I believe he was talking to a couple of your guys as well in terms of organizing a
charity game
versus either a combination of our members and some fire guys, or just fire guys, depending on how it works out, as well. At our local rink over there in Bridgewater.
We had a game last year against West Orange Fire Department, which was great. We played down in South Mountain. And then we also, I'm trying to remember now. So that was the last game that we played. Again, COVID hit and everything got sidetracked. But that's awesome. And I'm working with Kevin Fox and the Devils right now. We're going to do something huge, certainly for Veterans Week. I think there's a home game against there's a home game against the Islanders on Veterans Day, and we're gonna, the Warriors are gonna be doing something. I'll keep you guys in a loop, but we're looking to make a big splash that whole week. Before COVID hit, so 2019, the Devils were incredible to us the whole week. We had practice on the little sheet, practice in the arena, and then when they played Pittsburgh, half a dozen of my guys lined up on the blue line with the Devils for the national anthem. So it was
wow!
Yeah,
I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. So we're looking to do some stuff along those lines again, and I want to get you guys involved. We'll keep you in a loop as soon as I get further details.
Yeah, for sure.
If anybody wants to find out more, again, it's what now? What's the website again?
The website is hockeyplayersinbusiness.org.
.org. Okay, so you spell out the whole thing. Hockeyplayersinbusiness.org. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And the Twitter account was what, Bill?
And the Instagram hashtag or Instagram hat is HPIB, HPIBNJ, and that's so that's where you can find us on Instagram. And there's all sorts of links and stuff in there to everything that we're doing.
Tremendous work, guys, and for our veteran community and all the other people, even the hockey players that you're connecting, incredible amount of work, tremendous job. Let's just really keep rocking and rolling here, and mi casa su casa, guys. Whatever you guys need, you let me know, and we'll rock and roll, and we'll promote the hell out of this golf tournament. And again, anybody attending the tournament, if you do see me out on the links, please put a helmet on. Notify like who to call in case I take you out with an errant shot.
The other thing I wanted to mention too. The beauty of what we're doing is you can become a member. A membership is $50 a year. As I mentioned, you get access to that directory. You can go to any chapter's events. Typically for the events, it's some sort of either open bar or a couple drinks on us kind of thing. And the admission fee is generally a little bit lower for members versus non-members, so it's a little bit of incentive. But for everything we do, including the golf outing, it's not just members. We're open to everybody who wants to come in, check it out, ask questions, learn about the group, and so on and so forth.
Amazing, really great stuff, guys. Look forward to it. I really do. And I, maybe I'll go out and practice a little bit just in case.
That's it. Get to the range.
We both.
We're all in this together with this game of golf. But anyway, thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. Let's do this again, like in a month or so, to re-promote everything. And let's rock and roll.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mark. We appreciate having
Thank you,
us on
Mark.
here.
Hey, we really appreciate everything you're doing for our program. Tremendous.
And thank you for everything you do, Mark.
My pleasure, guys. My honor, my pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.